I have come to bring fire on the earth. I have come to bring division to the world. Did you hear it in the gospel we just listened to? Dear brothers and sisters, I have come to bring fire on the earth. I have come to bring division to the world. As shocking and scandalous as this word may be, they are indeed the word of Jesus, and they are true. Yes, the name of Jesus is a fire, and it provokes persecution from the world. In fact, we know from the history of the church that for over 2,000 years until today, there has always been somewhere in the world, at any given time, ongoing persecution against those who profess faith in Jesus. This is true everywhere, and Canada is no exception. From the ordinary persecution of Christians to the rejection of the church's teaching made manifest in the passing of laws allowing abortion, euthanasia, and so on, even more serious is our own failure as a Christian and believers to adhere to the teaching of the gospel, especially to certain words of Jesus that seem too demanding. We can remember John chapter 6, verse 60. When they heard this, many of his disciples said, "This is a hard teaching. Who can accept it?" This dates back to the time of Jesus himself. In truth, the name of Jesus is a constant call to account for men and women of all times. No one is, and no one can remain indifferent to the question of Jesus. Jesus is a big question to the whole world. Whether one is a believer or not, every man, every woman, and all humanity is summoned to take a position on the question of Jesus. The question Jesus is, who do people say that I am? But you, who do you say I am? After Jesus, his apostles. This question is still stands for every generation until the end of time. Who in this world, believer, non-believer, self-proclaimed atheist, or otherwise, has never asked themselves, who is Jesus? It is especially this issue of taking a position regarding Jesus that causes division in families. Fortunately, it is not the case in every family, but it is not uncommon. And around the world, it happens frequently and causes much suffering. Is this not our human way of participating in the passion and resurrection of Jesus? This is precisely the sense in which we can understand Jesus' exclamation in today's gospel. I have a baptism to undergo, and how distressed I am until it is completed. Yes, suffering lies at the heart of the Christian faith, beginning with the redemption suffering of Jesus himself. Jesus was not even the first to suffer because of a prophetic mission. The first reading we heard tells us about the suffering of the prophet Jeremiah, thrown into the mud at the bottom of a well for fulfilling his prophetic mission. It has always been like this for the prophet and the one sent by God. I mean, rejection, suffering for God. That's why the second reading begins with a word of encouragement to us. Since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, and we know who are these witnesses, those who suffered for God before us, let us run with endurance the race that is before us, keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus. These witnesses are all those who dedicated themselves to proclaiming the faith, those who died for the name of God, both from the past and today. We are thus called not to give up, but to run with perseverance the race, following this great crowd of witnesses who also endured their share of suffering on the path of faith. This is how the fire kindled by Jesus through his incarnation, his public ministry, proclaiming the good news of the gospel, his passion and the resurrection, and the sending of the spirit of fire continues to burn today. I have come to bring fire on the earth. I have come to bring division to the world. These words of Jesus, in the end, are not scandalous at all. They are a prophecy still being fulfilled. If we understand them correctly, we should love Jesus all the more. Yes, he is the Lord of time and history. His words are simply true. They are solid proof that Jesus is not a seller of illusions who dangles impossible promises before his followers. He speaks the truth as it is, leaving everyone free to follow him or not. Only someone who truly has something to offer can speak the truth to the very end. What a grace it is for us, dear brothers and sisters, to believe in Jesus and to access the fullness of truth. The martyrs and the saints in general are for us a sign and proof that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Let us follow him to receive life and life without ends. I have come to bring fire on the earth. I have come to bring division to the world.